Most men don't talk about this out loud, but every guy has been in that moment where he wants intimacy with a woman and has no idea how to ask without getting shut down. You like her. She likes you. The tension is there. The chemistry is there. She's giving signals, but you're not sure how far to take it. You don't want to be disrespectful. You don't want to ruin the mood, and you don't want her thinking you're only interested in one thing. So instead, you stay silent, hoping she'll magically make the first move. She doesn't. The night ends. You go home frustrated, confused, and replaying every second in your mind. In today's dating world, women are approached all the time, online, in real life, at the gym, in their DMs. So a lot of women build walls, not because they're against intimacy, but because they don't want to feel pressured, judged, or rushed. And here's where most men mess up. They try to jump straight to asking for intimacy as if it's a negotiation. But the psychological trick isn't in the request, it's in the emotional setup. A woman says yes to intimacy when she feels comfortable, safe, desired, and understood. And that doesn't take weeks or months. It can happen in one night with the right approach. The trick is subtle, it's smooth, it's emotional. You're not convincing her, you're creating an environment where she naturally leans in, where the idea becomes hers, not yours. Men think asking directly is bold. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it just kills the moment. Women respond to energy, not words. If she feels like you're after a goal, she shuts down. If she feels you're present with her, enjoying her, seeing her, she opens up. The psychology behind intimacy is simple. A woman wants to feel chosen, not targeted. In this video, you'll learn how to shift the moment without sounding needy, thirsty, or awkward. You'll learn how to build tension without crossing lines. You'll learn how to make her feel comfortable enough to say yes without you ever having to ask in a begging way. And most importantly, you'll see how powerful it is when a woman feels like intimacy was her idea. Every section of this breakdown is about practical psychology, how women think, what triggers attraction, what builds trust fast, and what makes her feel excited instead of pressured. Follow these steps and you won't just avoid hearing no, you'll create a moment where she wants it just as much as you do. 1. Reading the moment. Most men rush. They get caught up in what they want and they stop paying attention to what she's feeling. The first psychological step isn't talking your way into intimacy. It's reading the moment so she feels understood instead of pushed. When a woman feels safe and aligned with your energy, intimacy becomes natural. Start by watching her body language. If she sits close, touches you, plays with her hair, or keeps eye contact longer than normal, those are quiet signals of comfort. Women rarely verbalize interest the way men do. They communicate it through presence. If she's relaxed around you, laughing, leaning in, or finding excuses to stay longer, the atmosphere is already moving in the right direction. But even with signals, most men crash the moment by forcing a jump too fast. Instead, you guide the energy talk to her in a calm, low tone. Make the environment feel private, even if you're in a public space. A woman needs to feel like she's in a bubble with you, two people connected in a world of their own. When she feels that, her guard falls without you asking for anything. You're not trying to convince her, you're giving her space to want it. Ask her how she feels in subtle, emotional ways, not, "Can we do this?" but, "Are you comfortable here with me?" That question is powerful because it isn't about the act. It's about the connection. If she says yes, she's already mentally leaning towards you. When a woman says she feels comfortable, she unconsciously gives herself permission to go deeper. Reading the moment also means paying attention to silence. When things go quiet and she doesn't pull away, that's tension. Most men run from silence because it feels awkward. But silence is attraction breathing. Look in her eyes for a couple seconds longer than normal. If she keeps looking back, she's waiting for your next move. If she looks at your lips while you're talking, she's thinking about intimacy before you ever say a word. Watch how she reacts when you touch her hand, her back, or her thigh. If she pulls away quickly, slow down, don't chase. If she leaves her hand there or moves closer, she's opening the door. The quickest way to ruin a moment is asking for intimacy like it's a contract. The quickest way to build it is letting her feel like the moment is happening on its own. When she feels that she is choosing, not responding to pressure, everything changes. Reading the moment takes patience, but patience is attractive. A woman respects a man who shows control. When she feels your confidence and your calm presence, she starts to trust thee. 2. Creating emotional safety. Before a woman thinks about anything physical, her mind checks one thing: do I feel safe with him? Safety isn't just about the environment, it's emotional. A woman needs to feel she won't be judged, rushed, or used. When a man creates emotional safety, she relaxes, lets her guard down, and starts leaning toward intimacy on her own. Most men think safety means acting overly nice or promising you're a good guy. But safety is shown, not talked about. It's in how you move, how you speak, how calm you are. Women can sense a man's intentions without him saying a word. If your energy is desperate, impatient, or eager for a result, she feels tension. If your energy is relaxed and present, she feels secure. Here's the psychological trick. When a woman feels she can say not yet without losing you or ruining the moment, she becomes more open. When she feels pressured to decide, she pulls away. Safety is created when she knows your interest isn't based on one outcome. You're enjoying her, not chasing a goal instead of trying to impress her. Make her feel understood. Ask her small, personal questions. What do you like about nights like this? What makes you feel comfortable around someone? Do you feel good here with me? These kinds of questions sound simple, but they do something powerful inside her brain. They show you're not focused on what you want. You're focused on how she feels. When a woman feels emotionally seen, her guard melts. Also, don't talk over her. Let her finish her thoughts. Let her tell stories. Let her express herself. Women become attracted to men who listen without rushing or steering the conversation. That alone puts you in a different category than most. Another sign of emotional safety is how you handle physical touch. Keep it slow and light at first. Touch her hand casually. Touch her back when you're guiding her somewhere. If she leans in, if she keeps her hand there, if she lets you hold her longer, that's progress. If she doesn't, don't chase. Giving space is more attractive than forcing closeness. Women also relax with men who don't brag or try too hard. Just be real. Speak in a calm tone. Look her in the eyes. Let her know you enjoy being around her. When your energy is steady, she feels like she can be herself. The psychology is simple. A woman opens up when her mind feels safe. Emotional safety creates trust. Trust turns into desire. And when desire grows naturally, she becomes the one who leans in, not because you asked, but because the moment feels right. 3. Building slow tension. Most men think intimacy happens because of a bold move. In reality, it happens because of slow tension. Tension is what makes a woman feel pulled towards you without you saying a word. It's the difference between rushing her and letting the moment develop on its own. Women don't decide intimacy logically, they feel it. And tension is the feeling that makes her want more. Tension starts with subtle, controlled energy. Speak a little slower, move a little closer. Look at her with confidence, not hunger. When you speak to her, hold eye contact just a second longer than usual. Women feel intensity through attention, not force. Every time you stay calm and collected, she feels your confidence. Another part of tension is your tone. You don't need to be loud or overly enthusiastic. A steady voice, a lower tone, and relaxed pacing create an intimate atmosphere. When a man talks calmly, it tells her that he's in control of himself in the moment. That's attractive. Then there's physical tension, the right kind. Not grabbing, not rushing, small things. Sit close enough that your legs or shoulders lightly touch. When you make a joke and she laughs, let your hand rest gently on her knee or lower back. Don't hold on too long. Touch her, then pull back. That's how you make her wonder what's coming next. The key is to give a little and then take your time. If she wants more, she'll lean closer, she'll touch you back, she'll stay near you instead of pulling away. A woman who stays close is a woman who's letting the moment grow. Verbal tension is powerful too. Compliments are fine, but not desperate ones. You don't tell her you want her. You let her feel it. Say things like, "I like the way you look at me." You make it hard to focus. "You're trouble, aren't you?" These lines make her feel desired, but they also feel playful. You're not begging, you're creating a spark. When she smiles, looks down, or bites her lip, that's her mind processing attraction. Silence is part of tension too. When a moment feels quiet and she doesn't move away, don't rush to talk. Let the silence hang. Look at her eyes, then her lips, then back to her eyes. Women notice everything. She will feel the pull without you having to make a move. And here's the psychological point. When you create slow tension, she's not waiting for you to ask. She's waiting for you to close the gap. She starts thinking about it before you say anything. The idea grows in her mind, and that's what keeps her from saying no. You didn't push her. You let her fall into the moment. Slow tension makes her feel like intimacy is natural, not something she was asked for, but something she wanted. 4. Making her feel chosen. Every woman wants to feel chosen, not just wanted. There's a difference. Wanting a woman can feel physical. Choosing her feels personal. When a woman feels like she stands out to you, her defenses lower fast. She starts to trust that you see her as more than a physical opportunity, and that's what makes her open to intimacy. Most men make the mistake of treating intimacy like a reward for both people just being there. They compliment her looks, talk about how attractive she is, and hope she'll get the message. But women have heard those lines a million times. What works is attention that feels real. When you talk to her, don't just comment on her body or her beauty. Notice the small things she doesn't expect, the way she laughs, her confidence, her sarcasm, her style, her voice. When you notice details, she feels seen, and when a woman feels seen, she becomes more relaxed around you. She connects the attention you give her to the way you value her. Making her feel chosen also means you stay present. Put your phone away. Give her your eyes when she talks. If you're in a group, focus on her even when other people are around. Nothing builds attraction faster than a woman feeling like she has your full attention without you needing to force it. Another powerful move is exclusivity in subtle ways. If you're sitting together, lean in and talk low so only she can hear you. If you compliment her, say it in a way that feels personal, not public. Whispering creates intimacy because it feels like the moment belongs to just the two of you. But here's where men go wrong. They try too hard to prove interest. You don't need to convince her. You only need to make her feel chosen through your presence and your calm behavior. When you touch her hand and she doesn't move away, hold it gently. When she rests her head on your shoulder, don't react like it's a victory. Act like it's natural. When she feels chosen, she starts choosing you back. There's also a psychological shift that happens here. When a woman believes she's special to you, intimacy stops feeling like something she's giving away and starts feeling like something she's sharing. That changes everything. It removes the pressure and replaces it with excitement. You'll know it's working when she starts asking you questions about your life, your feelings, your past. When she becomes curious, she's emotionally investing. A woman who's emotionally invested rarely rejects intimacy because she's already connected. Making her feel chosen isn't about big gestures. It's about quiet confidence, selective attention, and presence. When she feels like the moment is unique to her, she relaxes into it. And that's when intimacy becomes something she wants, not something she's deciding on. 5. Letting her make the first move. Here's where the psychological trick becomes powerful. Instead of asking for intimacy, you guide the moment in a way where she makes the move. Most men think they need to initiate everything. They lean in first, they ask first, they try to create the moment. But a smarter approach is creating an environment where she feels comfortable enough to take that step herself. Women are more likely to move toward intimacy when they feel like they are choosing it. When a woman feels like she's the one closing the distance, the idea becomes exciting instead of stressful. Your job isn't to force the moment. Your job is to open the door and give her room to walk through it. Here's how it works. Start with small, light touches. Touch her hand or thigh during conversation. Then pull back. The pulling back is important. Most guys touch and then stay there, which feels predictable. When you pull away, you create curiosity. If she puts her hand back on you or stays close enough for you to touch again, that's her signal. If you're sitting together, lean in slowly, like you might kiss her. Get close enough that she feels your breath, but don't actually do it. Pause. If she holds eye contact, if she doesn't lean back, or if she moves even a little closer, that's her making the move without words. Another tactic. Stop in the middle of a moment. For example, if you're holding her waist or her hand, let go gently and look at her like you're thinking. The pause creates tension. If she reaches back for you, that's not hesitation, that's desire. Women don't reach for men they're unsure about. Also, don't immediately respond when she gets flirty. If she bites her lip, touches your chest, or leans into you, smile a little and keep talking. The moment becomes playful. She will sense that you're confident enough not to rush, and that makes her want to go further. The power is in letting her feel like she's leading, even when you're guiding everything. When a woman truly wants you, she shows it. She'll sit on your lap, pull your face in, kiss you first, or invite you closer. That feels natural to her because she's emotionally and physically ready. Women rarely reject what they already initiated. Another part of this technique is verbal. Instead of asking for intimacy, say things like, "You make this moment dangerous. If you keep looking at me like that, I'm going to forget I'm trying to behave. You're not making it easy to stay calm right now. Those lines don't ask for anything. They let her know the tension is there, and when she feels safe, connected, and chosen, she will respond. Sometimes with a touch, sometimes with a kiss, sometimes by pulling you in closer. Letting a woman make the first move doesn't mean you do nothing. It means you guide the moment so she feels free to act on what she already wants. And when she does, there's no rejection, just a natural progression into intimacy. 6, creating a comfortable escape route. One of the strongest psychological tricks many men don't know is this. A woman is more likely to move toward intimacy when she knows she can stop at any time without pressure or awkwardness. When a woman feels she has control, she relaxes. When she relaxes, she becomes more open. If the moment feels like it's now or never, her defenses rise because she feels trapped. The smartest men remove that tension completely. You do this by making the moment feel slow, natural, and flexible. If you're in your place, don't rush her inside or close the door behind her right away. Sit somewhere open, relaxed, and comfortable. Put on music or talk casually for a bit. The goal is for her to feel like she can breathe. The more she feels she isn't expected to do anything, the more she becomes comfortable enough to do something. Make small comments that signal comfort and control without sounding rehearsed. You can say things like, "If you want to head out later, that's cool. We'll just chill for a bit. We don't need to rush anything." Sentences like these take pressure away. Women listen to tone more than words. If your energy is relaxed and natural, she'll trust the environment. You're showing confidence by not trying to force anything. Another comfort factor is physical space. Sit close enough to feel the connection, but not blocking her movement. If she wants to lean into you, she will. If she wants to rest her head on your shoulder or kiss you, she will. Giving her room gives her power, and women are drawn to moments where it feels like they are moving by choice. If she hesitates or slows down, don't act disappointed or frustrated. Just switch the mood to something playful or light. A simple change of topic, a joke, or a soft smile turns what could be an uncomfortable pause into something safe. She sees that you're steady. That makes her trust you more. Here's the psychology behind it. When a woman realizes she can stop the moment at any time, she no longer feels the need to stop it. The fear disappears. The tension remains. And tension, not pressure, is what leads to intimacy. Another powerful move is letting her be the one to close the distance. If you're holding her and you feel her tense or overthink, ease back a little. If she wants you again, she'll pull you in. A woman who pulls you closer is a woman who has already said yes in her mind. Men often assume confidence is pushing forward. Real confidence is the ability to pause without losing control of the moment. It tells her that you're not desperate and that the connection doesn't depend on a physical outcome that makes her feel respected and understood. And women respond to respect with desire. When the atmosphere feels safe, calm, and open, most women don't say no. They move forward at their own pace. And when they do, the moment feels natural, exciting, and mutual. The best part? She remembers that you made the moment feel good, not stressful, and that makes her want to get even closer. 7. Turning the idea into hers. This is the part men overlook. You don't ask for intimacy. You let her feel like it was her thought, her desire, her decision. When a woman feels like the moment happened because she wanted it, there is no rejection, no hesitation, no second guessing. The psychological trick is shifting the energy so she becomes the one investing in the moment. You do this through suggestion, not request. Instead of asking, "Do you want to eikyo?" you plant ideas gently in her mind. For example, "You smell good, I keep noticing." "Being this close to you is distracting." "You make it hard to stay disciplined." These statements don't ask for anything. They make her think about closeness, intimacy, and touch. When you speak like this, you let her imagination do the work. Imagination is more powerful than any direct question. Women move toward what they feel, not what they're told. So make her feel like she's wanted, but not pressured. Look at her lips for a second, then back to her eyes. Lean in just enough to make her wonder. If she wants it, she'll close the distance. If she's not ready, she'll stay still, and you don't push. The moment stays safe and exciting. Another strong technique is pulling back when things get hot. If she kisses you or touches you, kiss her back slowly, then pull away for just a moment and look at her like you're holding yourself together. That tiny pause drives women crazy because it makes her realize she's affecting you. She'll want to continue because now the idea feels like it came from her. Also, pay attention to her reactions. If she starts asking playful questions like, "What are you thinking about?" Why are you looking at me like that? Are you nervous? She's already thinking about intimacy. These are tests, curiosity, and excitement mixed together. When she's verbally trying to read you, she's already emotionally and mentally there. Respond with confidence, not neediness. A simple, "You know exactly what you're doing," or "If I told you, you'd get me in trouble," keeps the game going without breaking the moment. Another psychological move. Let her participate. If she touches your face, hold her hand there for a second. If she plays with your shirt or sits closer, wrap your arm around her slowly. You're matching her energy, not forcing yours onto her. When she feels like she initiated, even indirectly, she doesn't feel judged. She feels powerful, desired, in control. And women lean into intimacy when it feels like a shared moment, not a request. The goal is to create a space where she chooses you because the moment feels natural, safe, and exciting. When a woman thinks it's her idea, she commits fully. No hesitation, no doubt, no rejection. When you guide the moment correctly, the yes never needs to be spoken. It's already in her actions, her closeness, her kiss, her touch, her body language. And that's how you ask without asking. That's how you move into intimacy without hearing no. Most men get rejected because they ask for intimacy like a request instead of creating a moment she naturally wants to step into. The real advantage is patience, confidence, and emotional awareness. When she feels safe, chosen, desired, and free to move at her own pace, she doesn't pull away, she leans closer. The trick is simple. Guide the energy. Don't chase the outcome. Let her feel like the moment is hers, not something you're trying to negotiate. When a woman feels comfortable and connected, intimacy becomes natural. No pressure, no awkwardness, no. Just two people wanting the same thing at the same time.